But he actually talks about one of the concepts that we are not really allowed to slander or talk about somebody else if our intention is to just ruin his life or making him lose something. Even though words are nothing, but really words have a lot of power on the positive side. If words mean nothing, why do we pray? Why waste your time? But a lot of us do believe in prayers. Obviously, words do mean something. According to Kabbalistic point of view, God put two guards in front of our tongue. One is the teeth and one is the lips. As you know, if anybody has gone to a synagogue, how many covers you have in front of the scroll? You got two. It's the door that closes and the curtain on top. So according to Kabbalistic point of view, actually our mouth is the holy of holies. We can use them for the greatest thing. At the same time, if you use them for evil, could bring a lot of destructive stuff. I really don't have to explain that. Just look at the news, you figure it out. Anybody that runs for government, they bring out whatever he did even when he was 16 years old. Because I don't want to get into politics, it's not a good thing. We're going to talk about a past president that nobody cares about anymore. When George W. Bush was running to become a president, they found out when he was 17 years old, he drove drunk. So it says, why do you bring it up now? I paid the ticket already when I was a teenager. But I just want to show you how bad it goes. When they want to ruin somebody, they go back for many years before. Anyways, it's a very, very bad thing. Our Talmud tells us the main reason why the Jews are really suffering in the world is because of the sin of gossiping. Not because they don't keep Shabbat, not because there's intermarriages, none of those things. It's because we ruin somebody else's life by using bad language. And actually, they prove it. Because in times of the Second Temple, all the Jews were religious. They were all religious. So the Talmud says the religious people, why didn't God protect them? So the Talmud says because they used to enjoy gossiping, saying bad about other people. So we're going to discuss just 2 more minutes, 3 more minutes. Why is gossiping really so bad? It's not even part of the Ten Commandments. The Ten Commandments says don't kill, don't commit adultery, don't whatever, be jealous, don't give false testimony. Doesn't mention gossiping. Why is gossiping so bad? So actually, one of our commentators brings three reasons. Number one is that the way God works is just like a democracy. There is democracy in the world because that's the way God judges us. When I do something wrong, I don't get judged right away. You got to wait for Rosh Hashanah, right? Until the good deeds, the angels that are good deeds created, they come and talk in our defense. And then the Satan, the angel of, what do you call it? Accusation comes and says bad about us. If you're all careful not to accuse somebody verbally, or we don't want to hear accusation of somebody else, so God says, I'm going to deal with my people the same way. They don't want to hear somebody's bad. They don't want to mention somebody's bad. I don't want to hear bad about them. So as long as we're good between each other, no matter what kind of wrong things we do between ourselves and God, we'll go basically unpunished. That's reason number one. Any other sin has nothing to do with accusing somebody else. The other thing is, that when even if there's evil things supposed to happen, prayer should avoid it, should neutralize it. But that's only if our power of speech is pure. If I use my language to use bad words, or I'm going to use it to accuse somebody else, so then the prayers don't go up to God. In the other schools, I say, what the F word is? Fabulous, fantastic, free. That's it. The other word doesn't exist. The SH word, Shabbat Shalom. That's it. The B word, blessed day. That's the way it's supposed to be. It's like that, you keep your tongue very, very clean. Let me just bring the third reason I'm going to ask you. The third reason why it's a very, very bad thing to gossip, sorry guys, hold on my voice, is because, every wrong thing that happens, even if it's very small, but if it gets repeated, it becomes very great. You take one string, very easy to rip. Make this string into 100-fold, becomes a thick rope. There's no way you can cut it easily. So the only thing that happens 10 times a day is only gossiping. How many times a day do we eat? 3 times? 4 times? Half of the food is kosher anyways. When it comes to keeping Shabbat, once a week. When it comes to Yom Kippur, once a year. So you really don't repeat that thing so much, but talking about others and ruining their lives sometimes happens 10 or 15 times a day. That's why it's a big sin. At the same time, it happens very often. So obviously, we got to look at the godly image on everybody's face and only see the good. Reinforce the good, and hopefully the evil will go away slowly, slowly. Unless you got to defend yourself. Then you got to defend yourself. What was your question?
My question was, do you ever perhaps curse a little bit?
Curse?
Dabbling cursing, like let's say you stub your toe real bad.
Oh, we do, but it doesn't happen that often. You're still human beings.
Of course.
And then by practicing it, you'll change it. No matter, oh, sugar, you could say that instead of the SH something.
What's a good replacement, do you think? Or like, let's say, whenever I get hurt, I turn to that. What can I use to replace that?
Sugar. Instead of SHIT.
Oh,
Oh, sugar. Sugar is good. Practice it a few times. Good question, by the way. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I just need the bag to take it with me.